you don't honor that covenant, it opens the door to these vipers. Vipers. This woman the Bible would refer to her as a snake. This person is a viper. It's evil. And I don't just mean she's saying something offensive. She's a bad person who takes glee in acts of evil and destroying what God created as a covenant. You've heard me talk about this, and we've had Andrew Wilson on the show, and I get it. There's this whole sort of chasm with red pill, which, I am not, Orthodox Christians and sort of feel-good self-help Protestant Christians, and of course feminism. It's just become this unholy alliance of people who don't know what it is that they're seeking to accomplish. Relationship dynamics, men, women, marriage, that needs to be fixed in this country. Otherwise, you don't have self-governance. Unless you have nuclear families, you do not have self-governance. You need that before municipal, before state, before federal government. Okay. That is broken right now. Young men are not even seeking marriage, and young women are very frustrated at the prospects. It goes both ways. This may be a reason as to why, and I'll give you a prescription. That's not mine. It's the Lord's, but it's the exact opposite of what this lady gloating, and I warn you, you're going to get mad, talking about, I think she's a professional whore.
Yeah, a profession.
I think it's technically amateur, but she makes money doing what she makes it professional.
She's got her eyes on the prize.
Amateur makes more money if you use that word.
Okay, we were getting hung up on the wrong word. The key word
well, she didn't go to school for it.
Whore.
Debt for that?
She went to the school of hard whores.
Whoredom.
So here she is bragging about how conservative men, and then making the claim that conservative men actually want a liberal feminist because they'll sleep with her.
This is a message to all MAGA women. I want you to know that no matter how much you decide to hate on feminists, your husband will be in our DMs. And he will be asking us to step on him because he has a fantasy of a powerful woman dominating him. When I say I get hundreds of messages like this each week,
Pause.
I am not.
You're not powerful. That's a gross assumption. And you're a bad person. Let's continue.
Exaggerating. Some of them are willing to pay very well for me to insult them or to blue pill
$15,
them, which is totally fine. Everyone has their own preferences, but when they're married to you and you hate me, just know what he's doing. A lot of strong, masculine provider men don't even want that title because then sexually they don't want to be in charge anymore. They're tired.
Stomp.com?
That other role doesn't come naturally to them. And that should show you how much of the patriarchy is harmful. They don't even want to be playing this role of your devout husband who is super masculine and macho all the time. They just want to be able to let loose. And they see feminists as a safe space to do that while ironically demeaning us online. It's because they know they're not supposed to like it, and yet they are attracted to us because of the power we hold in our lives. Don't trust your MAGA husband. Okay, bye.
Yeah, except all of that is incorrect.
Yeah. She kept using the word cuck.
Yeah.
That's cheating, not cucking.
Yeah. First off, what power do you wield? Let me break it down this way. And this is a really bad person. This is a person who's taking glee in destroying marriages.
Yeah.
That's what she is. She's the tool. She's the cudgel there that she destroys marriages. The power that you wield has gotten you to be the professional whore as the yang to the yin of married women with families and children. So this is her trying to flex on conservative women, and everyone involved, her, the man, and yes, the wife, are all wrong, to be clear. And we don't need to let it get to this point. She's wrong because she's a whore. He's wrong because he's going to a whore. And the wife is wrong if this man's needs are not being fulfilled sexually, which is a duty that both spouses have to each other. And so he goes to a whore. But she seems to think this means this is what a man wants. This is what a man wants. No, hold on a second. If you avail yourself gleefully as a whore, don't be surprised that men treat you that way. It doesn't mean that that's what they want. It means that's how they see you. And by the way, conservative men, if they're looking to cheat, which is wrong, if they're looking for a whore, they're far less likely to go to another traditional conservative woman because they go, hey, who's going to be a good whore? A feminist liberal.
Yeah.
You don't have the things you want. Yes. Do you want to be a whore for the rest of your life? And I'm using this word very deliberately. Do you want to be a prostitute for the rest of your life? Is that what you want? If so, you win. Or are you trying to flex because that woman has something that you actually want? And you could say, yeah, well, I get to be paid to sleep with him and degrade myself. And, so you don't have that on me. Okay, good for you. Then because of this, men secretly want a feminist? Right. That's what it is. Yeah, men secretly want a chatty feminist. Just like the opposite was confirmed in that earth-shattering peer-reviewed study. Most women want to bang the short, hairy, poor guy. That's what they said. Yes. You can read it in PubMed.
Yeah, it's not what they want. It's what they lust.
There's a bunch of short guys that are watching the show right now. Really? It's not real.
You're shaving.
Sorry,
You're
short
shaving and
guy.
robbing a bank
Sorry.
right now.
It's not a necessity. It's just women tend to like height. It's like men with big boobs. It's not a necessity, but it's nice.
Yeah, it's a big bonus.
It's a bonus.
It's 2 big bonuses.
It's a big bonus.
Yeah.
This and this goes back to student loan. We'll go to student loans. Like this is being fed to young women. This is what they really want because he doesn't want to be a provider and a protector. What he really wants is no. And by the way, yeah, the women who are wives, and I know this is not the case all the time. Some guys are absolutely just pigs.
Yeah.
But I've also seen this in conservative Christian households where the woman ends up being a prude. Hey, you know what? It doesn't make it right for him to go to a professional whore like this.
No.
But you're actually committing a grave sin against your husband. If he's asking you for something, you're like, no, I don't feel like it. I have a headache. Guess what? That's not like something you just joke about in a sitcom. That is a destroyer of marriages. None of this is good, and every single person seems to think that they're in the right. I guarantee you, the only person who would say, yeah, that was wrong, would be the guy who went to the whore. He would probably be the only one in this scenario to take accountability in committing a misdeed.
He should.
He should. Of course he should.
Yeah, but he's not going after her because of her power like she thinks. She's a powerful woman.
Right.
She's also
I doubt
very
it.
ugly.
I bet you he's scared to tell his wife that he's doing that because she seems pretty fucking powerful.
Yeah.
Excuse my language, but no, it's not. You're not powerful. You're just naked.
Yeah. You're just available.
And you charge guys $10 to subscribe.
I doubt he asked her political affiliation too.
No, I doubt
He's not
that.
like, oh, are you liberal? Let me
guess.
sleep with her.
No, but he can assume. He can assume based on her page, probably. And
Probably.
And hold on a second. She says this just shows you how harmful patriarchy is. Let me look at this. So I look at a sexually liberated woman who takes pride, satisfaction, and glee in being the whore on the side, causing a man to cheat or taking part in cheating. All a byproduct of sexual liberation of feminism in the 1960s. You think this is patriarchy? This is the issue. We're completely misidentifying the problem. No, this is a problem with feminism. This is a problem with feminism. Let me tell you, if you return to your roots, all of this can be avoided. Guys, look, you know the ABCs of me. I know sometimes very flawed. I don't proselytize because, gosh, I should never be used as an example, but this doesn't need to be complicated. The starting off point should be the one that we have used all the time. Young Americans, right now, if you are watching, if you are listening, it's almost like, who would now be a frustrated relationship therapist, it's almost like God wrote a very specific prescription and gave it to you in how to make this work and avoid all this.
Okay, I'm going to break this down super simple. You, first off, don't be a whore, okay? Second, don't nag. You'd be better off with bone cancer than nagging. You're going to have to fight. I'm not worry about you. We've talked about this. If he wants to have sex with you and you don't want to have sex, you're going to have sex with him, okay? You can never deny him sex. That's a big thing. I wouldn't be so quick, okay? You, don't hit her. Also, don't be a whore. Both of you just don't be whores, okay? You have to go to the lifeboats last. If something goes bump in the night, provide, take care.
Even if it's like
If you're moving in bed, just worry about you. We're going to have her after, okay? And same thing, if she wants to have sex and you don't want to have sex, you got to have sex with her. That's neither one of you can do the sex thing.
Yeah, if you can get it up.
Hey, what did I just say? You can't hit her. I don't care you, I'll get to her. You can't hit her. And would you shut the hell up? This is crystal clear. Let's make some positive, what do you like sexually? A sex thing that she doesn't do.
maybe a little nibbling on the neck.
Great. Nibble his neck. Okay, what do you like sexually that maybe he doesn't do?
I like a little spanking.
Spanking.
You said I can't hit her.
Oh, shit. I treat you guys like adults who are capable of context. I'm not supposed to make mistakes.
Context does always matter. Yes.
And I'll tell you, the only reason that these vultures, women like this, are able to come in is because also, look, the church has failed. Churches fail these relationships too, because the churches go, hey, you know what? This is what you're supposed to do. Well, my husband's not. Well, if he does this, then that. There's no if this, then that. Men, this is what you need to do. Women, this is what you need to do. Don't worry about him. You don't worry about her. Do it because it's the right thing to do, period. If you focus on that, these whores will be out of a job.
Yes. What do they expect is going to happen at the end of their whoredom as well? Like, what's the retirement plan for whores? And again, I use that word specifically too, and I think it's very appropriate to use. Somebody who's like, yeah, your husbands are all coming into my DMs and I'm taking care. What?
I mean, I don't know. Go back to teaching elementary school or whatever you were doing before.
Well, I don't think they understand. Like, let's just take the morality out of it for a second. If we can kind of disconnect those two things, we can bring it back in a second.
All right.
You're basically saying, look what I've done. Exactly what all men for all time have wanted me to do for them. We've tricked you into doing exactly what we want. It's almost like the Free the Tatas movement. We're like, oh no, don't show your breasts.
Yeah, exactly.
To highlight breast
Free the
cancer.
Titty Tuesday.
Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. And when you bring the morality into it, and just in like the slightest bit, not even Christian morality, just find some other source for your morality. You come in and you're destroying people's lives. You literally are the destroyer of marriages. You just go around ravishing, and then you destroy yourself in the process. How is this possibly where we are today with society? And you're right. More so than maybe I wanted to admit a year ago or 2 years ago, Protestant churches, specifically Protestant churches, have absolutely screwed up the relationship dynamics within Christendom. It is absolutely horrible what they have done. I had to think about this because my initial reaction, maybe many of you were the same thing, when you said men, if they do this, then that, right? And women. And I'm like, well, yeah, men, we're like, men, you have to take care of yourself. I could not go back to a sermon in my mind at the multiple churches that I've been to that are different in a lot of ways, where they were admonishing women in the same way that they were admonishing the men.
Speaking of which.
Yeah, we do need an admonishment for Gerald because he said whore is not a profession. It is, in fact, the oldest profession.
It is a profession.
Hit it.
Admonish.
But if you were to sit down, and again, none of this excuses any of the misdeeds. If you were to sit down, let's say one of her clients with his wife in a marital therapy session in a church, and you said, did you cheat? That guy would be, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
But if before that, you set them down, and he said, well, we have a real problem. We're not having sex, and it's a real. And she would go, well, I don't feel like it. I guarantee you, they would go, well, are you making her feel like she wants to? And then that's a moving target. I'm telling you, that is a moving target.
Yeah,
it absolutely is. And so that's what happens. And then people find themselves, and they wonder how they got to that point. Look, this is a prescription as far as, and this does matter when you're talking about the root reason for the argument here. Bible goes, okay, these are your sinful natures. Women, okay, don't whore yourself because women can make money being whores, men can't really. But to both, don't be promiscuous. Women, don't be a nag. Okay, don't be a gossip. This is your sinful nature, right? Don't do those things. A man is better off on the corner roof of a house than with a nagging wife, right? You have to follow his lead and do what he says. He's in charge of the household, and you have to be tender. Okay, that's what you have to do. Men, don't be violent. I know the way you are because I made you. Don't be prone to violence, okay? Don't be violent. Love your wife as Christ loved the church. We can get into what that means because that's a lot of that wiggle room that people get wrong. Also, don't be a whore. And look, she's going to have to follow you, but you have to lead. That means something goes bump in the night, you're the one who handles it. You have to lay down your life for the family, and it also means that you're going to be the one burdened with all the responsibility, and you will be judged at the foot of God for all of your family's deeds. You will be the one held accountable because you are in charge of it. But what you can't have is that accountability. What you can't have is those expectations, and then, yeah, but this is also a democracy. It can't work that way. And how did Christ love the church? You'll hear this all the time with sermons. I'm going to get on my, but I've sat in the pews. Mm-hmm. It's been a real problem. They go, oh yeah, well then you have to love her as Christ loved the church. Great, okay, early church. We can talk about the disciples. We can talk if you want to talk about the temple and throwing over tables. That doesn't apply. Okay, Jesus did. Did he love anyone more than his disciples? Get away from me. Leave me alone. Do this. Love you. Here's a kiss. Go do that. They go, no, Jesus, my opinion is, so do you really want the love that Jesus had for his church? Do you know what that looks like? Do you think that's just flowers and chocolates? Hey, what if Jesus didn't give them enough flowers and chocolates? No, he loved them, and he told them, and he venerated them, and he praised them, and he uplifted them. But he also set a standard, and he also expected there to be a hierarchy in his leadership to be followed. So that's that all wiggle room. Well, I tell you what, if he loved me like he loved the church, then I would want to sleep with him. That doesn't matter. That's not a clause in there. Both of you, men, women. It's harder for guys because of hydraulics if you're not in the mood. I get it. but neither one of you can withhold it.
Right.
That is a grave, grave sin.
There are other things you can do.
Yes, there are.
Josh is getting practical.
And there are only 2 ways to hurt your neck, and whiplash from a car does not apply here. My point is,
cancer.
You can meet halfway. There's things.
I read my Bible too much. Damn you, Songs of Solomon.
That's a good one.
So it's like
What
sometimes
happened to you? I was loving my wife as Christ loved the church. I don't think that's how he was doing it.
Yeah. And then and you know what it does is if you don't do it, if you don't honor that covenant, it opens the door to these vipers. Vipers. This woman the Bible would refer to her as a snake. This person is a viper. It's evil. And I don't just mean she's saying something offensive. She's a bad person who takes glee in acts of evil and destroying what God created as a covenant. That is not someone who should be treated as anything other than a mockery. Hope my words aren't too strong for you. You can comment below. Should we maybe get back to our roots with those? Because I know that men want, do women want that? No one is off the hook on this one. That whole thing just sent me for a loop. I was like, oh my gosh. And this is how so many people live.
And the whole thing started from a point of, superiority.
Yeah.
She felt superiority over MAGA women, which is a term that's overused.
Yeah.
Conservative women.
Right.
Like, oh, I'm better than you because your husband is in my DMs.
Yeah.
And I know he's conservative. No way. There's no way I know he's conservative at all. It's just some guy in my DMs. I get hundreds of them, literally hundreds of them.
Yeah.
Here's an article about cucking, which has nothing to do with this. Here's another one about cucking, which has nothing to do with this.
Right.
Here's another one about cucking, which would be your husband watching you get licked by me. It doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't make any sense.
None of it made any sense. It's just she's mad because she doesn't have that, and that's what she wants, and she keeps getting used, and she's tired of being used, but she can't stop.
She bought into the feminist lie. Hey, look, do you think that woman who's unmarried, who sleeps with a new man every single night, who will never see her again, it's nothing more than a cash transaction, do you think she's empowered? That's what you've been sold.
Right.
And if you reject that, you have to reject everything that comes along with it. Without feminism in the 60s, you don't have LGBTQ AIP. You don't have the modern insane welfare state. You don't have sex work as real work. You don't have the pornography industry. They were useful tools to people like Hugh Hefner, Larry Flint, and Dr. Kinsey, who wanted men to have a free-for-all. Look up no-fault divorce. Look up the reason why it actually exists. This is really, really perverse stuff, and we just gloss over it because people have failings. Oh, you're still here watching this on YouTube? There's no more. It's over. Just like YouTube. YouTube is over. It's not a thing anymore. How many Seth Meyers clips do you need? Head on over to Rumble. Follow me there. Live on weekdays at 11 a.m. Eastern, where we can actually speak freely and don't have to self-censor. YouTube it's really not a thing. Like, you ever seen one of those towns that maybe was like a mining town, or maybe they made some kind of alloy? You say, hey, I wonder what they did in this town. It takes a while to find a person who can tell you what they did in that town, and even then you don't fully understand it. That's YouTube. YouTube is that town. So go to Rumble.